Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Actually, it's a little later. I took a little extra time this morning, some extra thought. I usually do some research. I get up about 1 or 2 a.m. I do some research and I download the video by 3. It's actually 4:30 right now. As you can see, I started my workout. I've been putting a lot of thought into this video. My views go up, my views go down, but I really wanted to spend more time making a cohesive, well thought out video. And I actually wrote down all my points so I don't forget anything. Let's get right into it. The whole thing with Mark Zuckerberg and his new on Meta on Facebook, the new doing away with fact checking, the new regulations or loss of regulations or getting rid of the regulations. Because now, supposedly, well, not supposedly, but Zuckerberg has taken down the fact checking on Facebook. And more, what this means, more or less, is people can say things like general statements, like Muslims are. This isn't my opinion. This is things that they could say on Facebook now. Muslims are more into terror, or women are more loose. I'm trying to watch my language here because YouTube does still fact check. And he was on Joe Rogan, Zuckerberg, and he went to Mar-a-Lago and met with Donald Trump. As soon as I saw this, I know Zuckerberg's trying to expand his business as these billionaires do with AI, and I know Zuckerberg's concerned about regulations in other countries and competition, and I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it at all. I don't think the right seems to think that this is part of free speech, that people should be able to say whatever they want, offensive or not. I don't think that. I think in the long term that it's unhealthy and it's unwise for society, because with AI, artificial intelligence now, and everything else, people could state things. There's a difference between opinions and facts. Like the whole thing with vaccines. My ex-girlfriend who passed away from COVID 3 years ago believed that vaccinations, she believed all the rhetoric, the vaccines were dangerous. I've gotten the vaccine, I've gotten it like 3 or 4 times, and I'm as healthy as a horse, where she passed away from COVID, because she believed this rhetoric. With AI, it just blurs what reality is, what's real and what's not. I mean, people can now state their opinions as facts, and not only that, but with AI, they can make up videos or pictures as proof of their opinions. They could create their own false reality. Like I could say, people with scruples, don't generally do this, but I think unscrupulous people can do this. Like the whole thing, well, Joe Biden losing the election. I admit it. I would like to, or not Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. I would have liked to see her win, but she lost. If I was an unscrupulous person, I could say, oh, they cheated, and make up all this rhetoric and post it all over the place, and people will start believing that. And you could change history. You could create false history. I saw that slavery was trending on Twitter, on X this morning. Let me go to X, because as soon as I saw this stuff about Mark Zuckerberg, I wanted to see what was trending on X. And sure enough, they're having this big debate. There's actually posts on X where they're saying, oh, Zuckerberg has come over to our side, meaning the right side, meaning the Elon Musk, Donald Trump, the far right. I saw an interesting post on X, and if I couldn't tell, I wasn't sure if it was in favor of Zuckerberg going to the dark side or not. It said something along the lines of, Mark Zuckerberg made a business decision, whereas Elon Musk made a moral decision. Now, when I read that, I saw that as kind of giving an excuse, an explanation as to why Mark Zuckerberg is on more to the right now. That it was a business decision, that he's making money, whereas Elon Musk, with his lack of morals, chose Donald Trump. But then I thought about it, and I realized I'm reading X. I'm on X. I'm on Twitter. They're not probably thinking like I do. So they probably didn't think of it. A lot of people that are on X probably didn't look at it the same way I did. They probably looked at it as Mark Zuckerberg is a sellout. You know, he's just doing this for money. Whereas Elon Musk has morals, you know, and, you know, he's anti-LGBTQ and all that stuff. And, you know, he's got morals and book banning and, you know, Donald Trump. You know, and at first I didn't even, I thought, oh, you know, it's in favor of Mark Zuckerberg, but I don't think it was, the more thought I gave it. Okay, let me move on to this. On Facebook, I'm going to try to use this on my thumbnail. I posted something as a test. I'll get to that in a second. I saw a post. Right away, there's a proliferation of offensive and bizarre posts all over Facebook. I mean, it did not take long for right-wing trolls and right-wing rhetoric to just explode all over Facebook. And there's one that I saw, I personally found it particularly offensive. I would consider myself a feminist, you know, even though I'm obviously not a female or anything, but I consider myself a feminist. You know, I grew up with women, my mother, my sister, as the man of the house at 9 years old after my father passed away. But anyway, I saw this post, and it was on the group called, I think it was Gen X, something or other. And it was basically telling women, it says something about sleeping around and taking a man home from a club and like anonymous hookups. And it made the argument that by bringing home random guys, that their remnants of the hookup would remain inside the woman, like the biological remnants would remain inside her and would kind of contaminate her for years to come. It would contaminate her, you know. And of course, this is complete bull. You know, sperm dissolves, and you know the female's human body, you know, basically digests it, and you know it's gone within hours, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a biologist. But they were making this excuse that, you know, and it was like, it was to women, telling women, don't sleep around, you know, because it'll contaminate you. And then the first thing that struck me too is, it's just speaking to women. It's like trying to shame women into being more virtuous, but it doesn't take into account the males that sleep with them at all. You know, for guys, I guess it's just fine, you know, to go around and hit anything with a heartbeat. But if you're a woman, it's going to contaminate you, you know, and they have all this, you know, false biological nonsense to back it up. And this is one of the first posts I see on Facebook now that their fact checking is down. Okay, now on to the post that I posted. I posted basically what I posted. I can't remember. I put a picture up, but the text was Facebook sells out to Nazi Trump. That's basically what I posted. And within freaking seconds, Facebook or Meta flagged that post. Now I'm going to use the actual screenshot, because I took a screenshot of it. You know, so apparently you could say anything you want now about women, or about, you know, lies about the election being stolen in 2020, or how vaccines are make you sick or whatever. You know, you could post all that stuff. You know, you could label women or label religions or races, whatever you want. But God forbid you say Zuckerberg or Facebook you know, favors Nazi Trump. You know, that's off limits, man. You know, so interesting. It's kind of hypocritical if you ask me. Let me know what you think about this whole thing about Zuckerberg selling out to the right, to Donald Trump. Let me know what you think. I'll be back later with another video. I got to finish my workout. Have a good Sunday.